Hey everyone, it's Emily. Today I thought I would be sharing with you all my fall must-have. So basically my favorite makeup products for the fall, sweaters, clothing items, accessories, etc, etc. I have so many things to share with you, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. By the way, there's gonna be a separate video for my top 10 fall lipsticks, so keep an eye out for that. It's probably gonna go up next. Let's go straight with eyeshadows, because eyeshadow, I feel like I'm one extreme or the other. During all around the year, I will be about like neutral eyeshadows, sometimes a bit cool tone, sometimes a bit warm tone. But during the fall, it's either really warm tone or really cool tone. So we're gonna start with cool tone because I feel like it's not getting enough love on YouTube, and that's basically why I decided to do this cooler tone eyeshadow look today. It's super simple to do. I actually use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, which isn't really cool tone per se, but I use the one cool tone shadow in there, and the whole palette basically is really great because you can do basically both for the fall. But I use this color in my crease, and then all over my lid I use the color I think everyone needs in their life, and it is from Wet n Wild, so it's super affordable. Mine is looking absolutely horrendous. But the eyelid color in the palette, Silent Treatment, is the best taupe color ever. Even better than, like, I have MAC Satin Taupe. This one is just a hint more purple, but it's fantastic. Incredibly creamy. The quality looks like this is a super expensive eyeshadow, and the palette I think is like $3. So, I mean, everyone needs to get this. And what I like the most about this color is the fact that you can place it in your crease or all over your lid, and it basically looks a little bit different, so you could totally do a one eyeshadow look with this. Today I'm wearing it on my lid, and it's just fantastic. Incredibly creamy, like I was saying, pigmented. You just need this eyeshadow in your life. I feel like Wet n Wild needs to come out with like a bunch more colors, because their palettes, when they're not limited edition, they're really great quality. So if you don't own this already, I feel like I've been raving about this for a long time. So if you don't own this, it is time now to get it. The other palette that needs to be mentioned is this one. This is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, which I did mention in my summer must-haves, but I feel like summer and fall are similar with some things, including warm eyeshadow looks. This is just a really great palette with so many great, can I say great more, eyeshadow. Whether you want something that is metallic, which is super in this season, like look how pigmented they are. They're really fantastic. Or it's great because there's so many matte shadows, which I feel like so many palettes just don't have enough matte colors. But this palette, more than half of these are matte. And I love doing a really warm red, matte red look. Look at these, they're so good. And the matte shadows are really good quality too. I feel like sometimes matte eyeshadows can be hit and miss. Not the case with these. They're really pigmented, they blend really well. You just can't go wrong with this palette. You need to own this if you don't. I'm pretty sure this is now my favorite Urban Decay like naked range palette. It's just fantastic. And I usually am more of a cool tone person or neutral than warm, but this one is just so great quality wise, color wise. Everything makes so much sense with it. And like I was saying, the mix of matte and metallic shimmery shade is good. Too often there's only like one or two matte colors and you're just like, I need to use other palettes to use this one, and I like to be able to just use one palette and be able to do a look with it, and this palette is fantastic for that. If you're not really an eyeshadow person, you prefer to just use eyeliner, there's something I wanted to give a shout out to because I think it's just a fun way to change it up a little bit, especially during the fall, but still look like you're wearing just a black eyeliner. This eyeliner is the Milani Stay Put Matte 17-Hour Wear Liquid Liner. And this one is in the color Safari Matte, and it's a really dark forest green eyeliner. So it looks like you're wearing black from far away, but from up close you can kind of see it's green, so it's just a really easy way to add a little bit of pop of color without it being too bright. Plus, since it's matte, I feel like it's super low maintenance. It doesn't seem to be like really intense. You can see it. Obviously it's not dry yet, but you can see the color. It's pretty dark without being like too green, but it's still green. I have been having way too much fun with this. I used this a lot last year, and I cannot wait to start wearing it again this year. It also doesn't tend to crack. I feel like very often colorful eyeliners will crack and just be very thick, or sometimes I like to use liquid lipsticks as eyeliner, but again, some of them will tend to crack. I haven't had an issue with this color. I just really like it. I wish they would come out with more colors because they do have a blue, dark blue, but it's too bright to actually be like a deep indigo color. So it's more of a bright one. So this one is my go-to fall color. I'm actually planning a whole video on like boring looking blushes because they are my jam and I think a lot of people would benefit from using them. I'm currently wearing one of those, which, I mean, it looks boring in the pan but not on my cheeks, and it is the super famous Tarte Expose blush. And mine have hit like pan, like serious pan on it, which makes me freak out, and I feel like nobody in real life understands the struggle. Like, you will tell people, oh my god, I just hit pan on one of my favorite blushes ever, and they're gonna be like, okay. But I'm sure you understand the struggle, because now I'm like, I'm proud because obviously I've used the crap out of this since I've hit pan, but at the same time I don't want to have to go out and repurchase it. Like, I just don't. So yeah, so it's a bittersweet moment, but I am still in love with this color. It's a really nice kind of nude blush, and it's not overly pigmented, but just enough. Obviously, I don't even know why I'm swatching it because I'm wearing it in my cheeks right now, but it just gives me a little bit of color. It kind of looks boring in the pan, but not on my cheeks. So fantastic blush. Mine, the mirror broke. It's, the whole blush has seen better days, but totally recommend this if you don't own this. I feel like it's just could be a staple for a lot of people. And look at this, the eyeliner is finally dry. You can see how gorgeous it is. It's not cracking, it's not looking weird, it's just perfect. If you're looking for something just a little bit more fun, a little bit more peachy, I would go with MAC Gingerly Blush. It is a sheer tone, so obviously it's also something that you have to build up, but to me this is one of my favorite blushes to wear during the fall because it just has enough warmth. It's super easy to wear. It's not gonna make you look like a clown if you're applying it early in the morning and there's no sun, because I don't know about you, but here it's already really dark. Early in the morning, it's dark when I wake up. When I come back home, it's getting dark already, so pretty sad. But you can't be too careful with blushes whenever it's dark because you're gonna end up looking like a clown. But not with this one. You can see it's almost like a brown with a hint of warmth to it. It works really well throughout the summer too, but personally this is just my go-to for the fall because super wearable, and I know that this would look lovely on so many people. So if you were looking for a sheer but kind of fun color to wear throughout the fall, all year round is also good, I would totally recommend it, Gingerly. Let's go towards sweaters because I don't know about you, but sweaters just bring me happiness. And if I were to do like a fall lookbook or like haul right now, it would probably consist of like 90% sweaters because sweaters are just the best thing ever. And I'm currently wearing one of my favorite new sweaters. This one is from Topshop and it's like a crop top too, and it's just so comfortable and I just love sweaters. I just needed to give it a shout out. I don't know about you, but like every time I go shopping lately, it's like the bigger, the fluffier sweater, the better. That's just it. You just can't go wrong with those. Something like that, high-waisted dark jeans or faux leather pants, and you're just good to go and you look put together. The next one is what I'm gonna be wearing in my fall lip product because I just cannot wait to wear this sweater again. Look at this fluffy, huge sweater. Like, the sleeves are huge, the whole thing is huge, and it's so comfy and soft and warm, and it's my favorite sweater ever. It's from Pull & Bear. This is like the best purchase I've ever made, basically. This sweater. It's just the best. Plus, gray is my thing. I don't know about you, but like, I hoard gray sweaters. There's like no limit. You know that meme with like Lindsay Lohan, like there's no limit? Basically, there's no limit at how many gray sweaters is too many sweaters. You just need all of them. The next one I got from Misc, and it's a beautiful navy sweater, and you can actually see it with the bright ring light, but the front looks like this, but the back is open and there's like a little bit of a knot in the bottom, but I just could not resist when I saw it. Again, all the sweaters need to be owned by me. So, same thing with socks. I am not someone that likes to wear shoes and socks. I'm someone that will walk barefoot everywhere. If I could, I would. So in my house, I don't like to wear socks, but at the same time, I am always freaking cold. So I like to wear really, really fluffy socks. And my favorite ones are the ones I'm wearing right now. They're from Roots. It's like the classic fall winter socks, which I'm not even sure. Can I show you this? I don't think I'm flexible enough for this. Let me get down. Look at them. They're like the classic socks. I think that was the sexiest thing I've ever done on camera, but I will be putting a picture because clearly I cannot. I'm not flexible. I've also been loving gold jewelry, and anything that is like fun like this. These earrings are just the best thing ever. I got those from ASOS too. I will link them down below. I'll link everything, but these are just so good because I only have one hole in my ear. I'm a wuss. I will not go and let someone do more holes anywhere on me. So this is like the easiest way for me to look cooler than I am, because it looks like I have like 2 or 3 different ones, which actually, let me just take it off so you can see it. So this is what it looks like. It looks like there's a hoop, but not really, and it's just fantastic. There's the little pearl, fake pearl, and then you get the little diamond looking bit. And it just makes it look like you have 2 or 3 different holes, and I just think it's amazing. But also anything that has like a little detail that comes from the back, it makes no sense when I try to explain it. But basically, these earrings by Forever 21 are a good example. Basically, in the front, you only see this little triangle, and then behind you here, you have the little thing, so it looks like this. I've worn these so many times. I always get so many questions. They're from Forever 21. They've had quite a few different types. So these ones were from there. They were like $5. And then again, ASOS, Forever 21, H&M, you're gonna be able to find a lot of those. But basically anything that has something that comes from the back. That's the best way to explain them. The little details, I just think it's super cool. It would not be a fall video if I wasn't talking about fall scents. And I recently included a few candles and scent for the fall in my most recent haul. I'll link it if you want to see it. But I talk about my 2 current favorites fall scent. I love anything apple, which you'll see in those 2 scents, but I already owned a few like farmstand apple and everything from Bath & Body Works, so I didn't need to purchase any new ones. So I'm going to be showing those 2 because they look prettier than the ones I've destroyed. So the first one is my all-time favorite scent ever, and it is Autumn by Bath & Body Works. And they changed their packaging. They do every year, but I feel like this year it's really pretty with all the little outside pictures. It's so pretty. And this is the best scent ever, which I've already said, but I will repeat it. If you never know what to get someone, and I feel like people like to buy candles for people, but anything with a scent can be really hit and miss because some scents are just too strong. Personally, sometimes they just give me a headache, like leaves, which can be nice if you have a huge room, but in a smaller room, it's just overwhelming. And I've opened this and it smells so freaking good. The way I describe it, because I don't care how they try to describe it, this to me feels like I'm walking outside in the forest with apples. And anything with apples is always better, so this is basically what it is. It smells fresh, it's not overwhelming, and there's just that little touch of apple, so fruits, so it's just do yourself a favor, go to Bath & Body Works and just give it a sniff. You will not regret this. I'm obsessed with it. I buy it every year and I just hoard it and use it. And at this point, since I've been using it every year, I just have like those memories associated with the scent, so every time I open it, I'm just like all happy and warm and like fall. The next one is actually one of their newest scents. They mix 2 of my favorite scents ever. Can you imagine what it is? The first one is Mahogany Teakwood, which is basically, everyone knows that smells like a sexy man. So this one is Mahogany Apple, because what better than a sexy man eating apples? So, oh my god. Yeah, it literally smells like that. So if you were looking to feel like fall with sexy men, apples are just the best touch ever. The packaging on this candle is amazing too. I feel like it's gonna look so good on a table. It looks like I'm super fancy, but it's basically Bath & Body Works, and yeah, it just, I mean, we've all agreed in my last video that this was a sexy man eating apples, so this is what this scent is. You need it in your life for sure. By the way, I didn't mention what I was wearing on my nails. This is SC Wild Nudes, and they're a really great color for fall. I feel like so many nudes you need to apply like 10 freaking layers. Not this one, so Wild Nudes, would recommend. So now we've mentioned candles, sweaters, what else do we need? I know everyone during the fall loves those pumpkin chai latte. That's like the most basic thing ever. Personally, I don't like pumpkin, which I feel like a weirdo, but I do love everything chai, and chai tea in a cute mug, this is my new favorite mug, is the best thing ever, with a big sweater, with a good book, with a candle. It's just the best way to make me happy. And this mug is my new favorite one. Not only is it a cute little cat, as you can see, but let me include a clip of what it looks like when you pour something warm in it. Like, is that not the best thing ever? Like, cutest mug ever, so I just needed to give it a shout out because I think we all need one of those. So I mentioned curling up in a book with the candles and everything, so I might as well give a shout out to my current read, which during the fall, I do love to read a good, scary horror type of book, which I did do a favorite fall recommendations that I will link from my book channel. But I'm currently reading Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King, and this is already pretty scary. I'm like literally in the middle of it, and yes, I'm super fancy, and my bookmark is a plaster. Anything can make a bookmark. So this book just came out like this month, and so far I'm already really enjoying it. Basically, there's a disease that starts affecting women. They put them to sleep, so they call it the Aurora flu. So like the princess, the Disney princess that goes to sleep. And then they build up a cocoon in their sleep, and if someone makes the mistake of trying to remove it, they go crazy and they kill said person. And so far, it's really interesting. I cannot wait to see where it goes. Plus, special shout out because I just added one of those characters in my most hated characters of all time list. So congratulations to Don Peters. You're a piece of... So yeah, if you've read this book, you probably know what I'm talking about. I also wanted to talk about favorite TV shows because again, it's getting cold outside. It's dark really early. I don't really want to spend too much time outside since, you know, cold, dark. So I have been starting to be obsessed with 2 new TV shows, including Mr. Mercedes, which is from Stephen King at Mr. Mercedes book series, which I have accidentally only read the 3rd one, which, long story, but yeah. So I didn't know how the story started, so I started watching the 1st season, and this is absolutely a traumatizing show. One of the last episodes I've watched literally traumatized me, and if you've seen it, you know what I mean. I'm like, still like, I can't believe it. I would totally recommend it if you want to also be traumatized. It's super dark, but you're following a serial killer and then the police officer trying to arrest him and then just going at each other, and be prepared. It's intense. If you're not into anything horror and you want something a little bit more light and fluffy, something I started watching recently is called The Good Place, and I have been loving it. I feel like there's very often like funny shows, but I don't always connect with the humor. This one is like literally up my alley, so I would totally recommend you check it out. I forgot to mention what it's about, but basically Kristen Bell's character is sent to the good place by mistake, so you can imagine what ends up happening. Yeah, it's awesome. I totally recommend it. I need to like continue to binge it. I've only started watching the first couple of episodes, and there's only 1 full season and a couple other episodes in the 2nd season, which I need to watch like now, probably tonight actually. So would recommend. So that's it, guys, those were my fall must-haves. Please let me know in the comment section what are your fall must-haves and what you think of the ones I mentioned. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up so other people can find it. Don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss any future videos, because the next one is all about my favorite fall lip products. And I will be linking on the screen other videos that I've done in the past so you can also check those out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!